Hello everybody, welcome back to my Tribulations of the Mage devlog series. And for this devlog, I'm going to be going over my slime enemy that I made. And I'm just going to be going over some of the challenges and new things I had to do with the controller and behavior tree to get it to working. So yeah, let's get right into it. So as you can see, the slime is, just a slime. It's a blob that doesn't really have legs or anything like that. And then what makes this slime different? What makes this slime enemy different from the fishman enemy is that it can actually do ranged attacks, and it does not have the ability to block. I left the blocking out of there because I wanted the slime enemy to be maybe one of the first or second, or at least the early game enemy that the player runs into. So I really didn't want it to have the ability to block, and obviously it wouldn't just look right for a slime to be blocking. So yeah, let's get into some of the challenges and fixes I had to do with this. So one of the immediate challenges is, as you can probably assume from the way the slime looks, is that it is a pretty simple, creature. It doesn't have legs. Its range of movement is very limited, and it can't hold or use weapons. Or at least I don't have animations that use weapons. In fact, let me actually show you some of the animations real quick. And let's see. Oop, right here. So I'll just pull up the actual stab animation. As you can see, it does not attack with a weapon, as compared to like the fishman. It actually attacks using its body in this weird kind of stabbing way. So, so I had to just figure out a new way to do the attack that doesn't, involve a weapon. So that was just one of the challenges. And the way I actually got the attacking to work is that for the attacks, I only have one of them, as you can see right here, one attack. And the way I had the attack to work is that when these functions are triggered, it will actually do a sphere trace for objects that will shoot from the arrow connected to its eye, and will do damage just like a normal attack. So I'll just do a quick demonstration of that real quick. Let me get it into range. Alright, this is a shot. There we go. As you can see, it does that line trace from out of its body. It only hits me once. Let me get it to trigger again. See it's strafing. And let's give you a good demonstration of the attack. As you can see, that's how it attacks. I think I did a fine job with it. I really don't have that much experience with making a attacks with I guess slimes. So I guess maybe you designers who worked with slimes or other unique enemies could give some advice. I know I've done in the past or recent other projects. I just attach the maybe a line trace to a limb or something to get it to work, but I found it kind of hard to do it with the way the slime attacks. So that's all I did the attacking. I just used the spear trace, and then like I said before, I wanted the slime to do a ranged attack, and just like with the player spell, the way it works is that it will play an animation which will has a notify that will launch this event launch ranged attack projectile interface function that will spawn a slime ball. Now let me just go over to the slime ball real quick. Let's see. Slime. And then the slime ball is just a sphere with a capsule collision that ignores world dynamic. The reason why I had to ignore world dynamic is that the sphere that the player uses for targeting and the ultimate spell is a world dynamic object. So if I don't have it, ignore it. I'll just be taking damage while the enemy is overlapping the sphere, and that's just not any good. And then the way it works is that once something overlaps with the damage with the capsule collision, it will check if it's a player, do damage only once. It will apply a point damage, spawn a impact emitter, and then destroy the slime ball. So I'll just give you a quick demonstration of that. Let's see if I can get it to, there we go. As you saw, it did that little spit animation, as you can see right there. and it only does that when I'm out to range or when it's in the process of me being out of range. And I'll go over how I got that to work in soon. But yeah, that's just the range attack. Let me actually go to the event graph. This is just the anim graph, and because the slime is so simple, it doesn't really have that many different types of animations. It mostly just moves. It just moves forward. So in the let me get to the anim graph. I just had the pose saved, connected it or blended it with the slot default or the default slime, and blended it with the slime reg bone, and then did the output pose, and then I'll actually show you the skeleton as well. As you can see, the slime skeleton is a lot more different compared to other enemies that I've worked on in the past or just in general, as you can see right here. But yeah, let me explain how I got the attack the range attacks working. And when I talk about that, I'm gonna actually go over the AI controller and some of the changes I made. So I might have talked about this before, but while I was experimenting with having multiple enemies with some of the same functions and stuff like that, I decided to make this BT asset variable this BT asset a variable that can be changed in the actual enemies itself. So as you see, I have a BT asset called BT slime AI, which is just the slime's behavior tree. And the idea I was going for was that I would have a fishman or a golem or whatever, and then in the enemy I would have the different behavior trees, so that in the controller it would run the specific behavior tree, because I really don't need to change much in the behavior tree. I wanted to keep most of it, so I thought that would be a good way to make it work. But I found that while I was trying to implement it, was that the enemy wouldn't actually pick up this new behavior tree that I had selected in the controller. So the fix I just did for that was that I made a child controller that I just called BP AI controller slime, which I just changed the behavior tree variable to the desired one, and then I also changed the range to fit with the enemy. So that's how I got it to work. I just made a child controller, and then I just changed the behavior tree in there, or the variable in there, and the range in there. So that's how I got it to work. And then I also made a duplicate behavior tree for the slime called BT slime AI. And then in this behavior tree, it's essentially the same as the BT AI behavior tree. The major differences is that the AI doesn't block, and that it has a new branch called ranged attack, which just handles the ranged attack, which when it's activated, check the ranged attack, which is a new state I added. Cooldown, set the player's focus, change the movement speed, send off the ranged attack. That's how I got that to work. And I also tried adding that set focus to the the attacking branch as well. But it's essentially the same as the AI, or the BT AI behavior tree, which I just basically plan on using for melee, strafing, blocking enemies. Except it just has range attack now. And then the other major difference is that I actually made a duplicate of the setting AI behavior service, and then I called it setting AI behavior slime. And the way I actually got the range attack for the slime to work is that it would be the same as attacking and strafing, where I would check to generate new behavior bool, go through the same process, and then actually generate whether it will do a range attack or run towards the player, which is the same way as attacking and strafing. I do a random inserter and range. I mean, it's just right now at a 50-50 for either running or range attacking, and this is only activated when the player is out of range. And then I just have it after 3 seconds generate a new behavior to decide what to do with this. So I'll actually give a quick demonstration of that. So right now, since I'm spawned out of range, it will either run or range attack me. Let's see what it does when the AI sees me. As you can see, it chose to actually run towards me, and now it's doing the strafing and melee, thing. Now let's see if I can actually range attack me. As you can see right there, it decided to range attack, and it's also now it's running towards me. And then I was about to do a melee attack. Let's do another demonstration. But yeah, as you can see, it gets in range by running at me. It does the whole strafing thing, and then it chooses to do a melee attack, as you can see right there. And then it will basically do the same thing. If I shoots me, now I'm out of range, and then I get back into range. Hang on, there we go. Like I said, I think that's another. I might have changed some of the timing. But as you saw, when I got into range, it started to attack again. Let me just block, and then as you can see, as soon as I got into range, it's decided to do a melee attack. So I like how this turns out. Obviously, like with everything, I'll probably do some more iterations and testing. But so far, it's fulfilling everything I wanted to do as a slime. And the last thing I want to talk about is that I think in the AI version 2 devlog video, I mentioned that I had a problem where, the AI would be, working fine, and then I log back into, or open up Unreal, and then this, Fishman, which I had already set up, was changed to the Unreal Engine 5 mannequin, and I wouldn't be able to actually see, any of this in the details panel, except some of the variables. But I wouldn't be able to change the mesh, or change the animations without going. I would have to go into like the construction script to change it. But even then, if I place it in a level, it just crashed the engine. I don't know what caused that. I don't know if it's just that the parent got corrupted, or the child got corrupted. I don't know what caused that problem where, you would have a mesh and it would just like revert to the mannequin. You can edit it. But I actually looked on some of the forums, and I found a fix for this was that you could just go into the class settings, and where it says parent class, you simply, change the parent class to maybe something like actor, and then change it back to the desired class. So like if it would break again, I would just like change it to actor, then I would change it back into the BP enemy parent, and just repair it, and then that actually made it able to be editable again. The only key thing was I just had to set everything back up, and then I had to set up some of the variables back again. But I think if I have, as you can see right here, it kind of broke the custom events. But I think if I make those into interface variables, that should be fine. But yeah, that was a nice fix, because last time I didn't know how to fix it, so I had to end up making a duplicate. As you can see right here, this is the enemy. This is the broken Fishman. As you can see right here, and this is like after I found the fix. So the previous solution I had was that let's make a duplicate and then just redo it from scratch essentially. But like I said before, I'll go over that fix again, just in case some of you other devs are running into it. So if you get that problem where you open Unreal, your character is just reverted back to the mannequin, and then when you try to change the mesh, detail panel is just blank. You can just go into the class settings, reparent the actor to something else, and then reparent it back to your intended parent, and then that will fix it, and we have to kind of move some stuff back to place. But that was a nice fix I found. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next devlog.